Now, if you're a fan of citrus fragrances, you are in luck. We have a brand new fragrance by the Dua brand, and this one is called Cologne of Citrus. This is their inspired expression of Eau de Cologne by Chanel. And of course, that's a fragrance that has a lot of neroli, bright citruses. You have bergamot, you have wildflowers, some solar notes. So you have some really bright citrusy tendencies. And let me tell you something. The brand was also kind enough to send over a decant of the Chanel because I don't have it. And having tried both of them side by side, I have a pretty good assessment of what I feel about this one. I'm super excited to share my thoughts with you in just a second, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts of the brand new Dua inspired expression Cologne of Citrus, if you're a fan of super long-lasting citrus fragrances, this is one that absolutely needs to be on your radar. But before I jump into the review and I give you my thoughts on this one, my comprehensive thoughts, and I'll tell you everything I think about it, I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, long-lasting citrus, that's the name of the game here, right? We're talking about bright neroli, zesty bergamot, this lemony appeal. There's just this hodgepodge, this cornucopia, this bouquet of citrus notes in the opening. And it opens up really, really bright, really sparkling, so vivacious and jubilant. And of course, with Dua, extrait de parfum concentration. So their fragrances are going to last you the entire day. And this is one that I can't speak highly enough about. And so I'm going to be giving you my thoughts as far as the smell is concerned because I've spent a considerable amount of time wearing this one. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get that bright citrus. It is so zesty, it is so citric and so sparkling in the opening. And of course, you feel like you have the natural citrus fruits in front of you. Somebody just sliced them in half. That's how natural this smells. And I really appreciate that organic, authentic nature that is being conveyed in the aroma just right off the rip. So, if you're a fan of neroli, you want a really long-lasting citrus fragrance with an earthy undertone, this one does it so excellently. You know, recently, well, maybe not that recent, but recently I've worn Neroli Intense by Nikolai, and I've reviewed it as well, and it opens up with this bright citrusy neroli and this earthy undertone, and it kind of reminds me of that, right? Like it puts me in that professional, clean, elegant, masculine, old money type of a vibe. And of course, this one does smell very similar to the Chanel counterpart, which is Eau de Cologne. The difference being that this one actually lasts. You know, it's so funny because I did a side-by-side, so that juxtaposition revealed a lot to me at least. And I sprayed the Eau de Cologne by Chanel and I sprayed Cologne of Citrus. And and I smelled them side by side. And after a while, when I was smelling the Chanel counterpart, I was like, I don't even smell anything here. Like, what's going on here? And then the more time that I spend with this one, the more I realize that this one is super strong, super duper long lasting. And Dua really just knocked it out of the park with this one. If you're looking for one of the best citrus fragrances that Dua has manufactured, and here's the thing, if you get the large size of the Chanel counterpart, it's $500. So it's really a no-brainer for the price that you're going to be saving, the improved performance, and don't even take my word for it. Please don't. Don't take my word for it. I need you to try it for yourself. Try it and see how it performs on your skin. Just off the test strip, I'm telling you, when I was going back to the Chanel and I was smelling the Chanel, I'm like, I can't even smell anything here. It's only when I took the strips with me, I left the room and I waited a few minutes and then I smelled the Chanel fragrance first that I said, okay, I can still detect it. But I'm telling you, it became so faint, especially in comparison to the Dua counterpart. And I'm being honest with you. You don't have to take my word for it. But if you want a really long-lasting alternative to Eau de Cologne by Chanel, please check out Cologne of Citrus by the Dua brand. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, well, we're not really dealing with a very unique fragrance here, all things considered, because it is a recreation of a really popular fragrance from the brand Chanel. But of course, this one is much better, longevity. It lasts a lot longer, and please try it for yourself. But it smells amazing, really mass appealing. It's a grab and go. It's a pick me up. It's a spirit lifter. And citrus fragrances in general have the ability to do that, for me at least, right? Like they raise my spirits. When we're talking longevity, 10 plus hours, which is amazing for a citrus-based fragrance. You don't really get that anymore. Projection, fantastic for like 2 to 3 hours, beyond an arm's length. I'm not even joking. Like this stuff is really, really good. It didn't become a skin scent until right around hour 10, right? Elbow zeng scent right around hour 7 or something like that. Versatility on this one, very versatile. I say every season except for the winter. And I say that because as a citrus fragrance, it is very long lasting, and citrus typically is for spring and summer. But for this one, I would say, fall time is really good because the longevity is there. And the presentation, I like the graphic here. I like all the different citrus that's on here. I wonder if they started using AI to make their labels. This actually looks really, really cool. My final verdict on this fragrance is it is an amazing and the best alternative to Chanel's Eau de Cologne on the market, and it lasts longer. Smells really good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you took something of value from today's episode. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment down below. What's your favorite Dua? If you have any Dua, if you're a fan of the brand, what is your favorite Dua, or is there one that you would like to see me review in the future? I always love taking suggestions and recommendations, so drop your comment down below. Thanks again for everything. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.